Hello, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 240. It is Sunday, and I just have some random weekend um, hobby stuff that we'll run down today. Um, Start with college basketball. We had the Sweet 16 games tipped off yesterday afternoon. Didn't watch too much. In fact, the games that were on, I really didn't have much of an interest. Um, I was pulling for Loyola. They lost. I was pulling for Oral Roberts. They lost. That was a good finish, though. At least that was an exciting. It was a good game, good finish. Um, I don't know who. I think Baylor and Villanova played. Baylor won that game. And then like today, I'll be interested in Gonzaga. It just stinks because a lot of the teams that I was rooting for in the tournament, I wanted to watch Illinois, uh, Iowa, Big Ten teams, and they laid an egg in the NCAA tournament this year. So the tournament's just kind of blah, and I don't have money on the line. So it's kind of when there's money riding on the line, you're like much more apt to pay close attention, root for teams and the like. So watched a little bit of that non-hobby stuff yesterday. I talked yesterday morning about my mother-in-law's rug that came earlier this week that wasn't the one she ordered. So we went through that. So went back over. We were able to streamline it because after going through it all Monday, it's like, okay, we don't need to go move all the furniture all the way around. We just need to push it back just a little bit. So it was much more streamlined yesterday. We were able to get the old rug down, and then in 5 or 6 weeks, hopefully the correct one will arrive and we get to do it all over again. So after that, I decided to treat myself and go shopping. I'm in the market for an e-bike, an electric bike. And it's just something where I live in Wisconsin, Madison. It's very bike friendly. There are bike trails everywhere. There's bike lanes. And I like getting out and sometimes I'll just take a drive and check out the scenery. And so, but I'm also out of shape, and and there's a lot of hills around here, and I don't want to take those hills. So I think an e-bike is a good way to go. So I've actually been shopping for an e-bike for like 2 years. And what's up, George? Good morning. I've just been rambling about the NCAA tournament, and now I'm talking about e-bikes. So you haven't missed anything. So I've been shopping for e-bikes. We have a large e-bike store here. And I've been there a couple times, test drove a couple late last summer. I just kind of wait for a good deal to come around, and he has deals, he has demos for sale. So I've just kind of been waiting. And I'm about to, now that we're starting to finally get some nice weather, now I'm ready to pull the trigger. So there was a demo that went up on their website, and I check the website every day. What's up, Herman? Good morning. So I checked the website Friday. They had a new demo. It like fits everything I want because I want a certain range. I want a certain battery. There's just different things that I want. I'm very picky on what I want because it's, a pretty big investment. So I was motivated to buy. You can probably outrun my Kia. So the e-bike, what's up, Zach? So the e-bike that I ended up liking, I didn't buy anything, but one that I had my eyes on is a beast. So I went and motivated to buy. And so here's a tip for those in sales. I was motivated to buy and had somebody come up. Now, and I'm also very finicky when it comes to being approached by a retail salesperson. What's up, Mark? Good morning. I hate walking in the door and getting like bombarded right away. I hate when people come around and ask you like 50 times. I don't like that. I like to walk in. What's up, Diego? Good morning. So I'm so picky. So I like to walk in, just kind of take it all in. And then after a few minutes, as I browse, then I like to be approached. So yesterday I walk in, and they were, to their credit, they were pretty busy. It's a Saturday, it's getting warmer, although it was raining a little bit. So I walk in and I just kind of browse around. I'm looking, nobody's helping me. There's a demo that I wanted, and had somebody helped me and I would have found that, I would have bought, boom, loaded up in my SUV. I'm buying. I had already warned my wife's not like totally on board with it. My mother-in-law is like totally on board with it. So my counter is always like, okay, that huge box that was on the porch, that piece of art, how much was that? That was the price of an e-bike. How about the two pieces we had to unload from a semi, e-bikes. So I walk in, I'm looking around, didn't find the demo that was on the website, but I was just kind of checking out, and I'm glad it all played out the way it did. Nobody came up and said, hi, welcome to the bike store. None of that. It's slightly annoying, but I don't care, because it worked out in my favor, because I saw a beast of a e-bike. George, it was a banger. It was a banger of an e-bike. So it's called the Magnum Ranger, and it looks like a small motorcycle. I mean, it's got the fat tires, and it's really well built. And it's like, man, the only thing that, since nobody helped me, I didn't get to test drive it. But the handlebars are kind of up high, so it's almost like you're going to be riding like this, like on a low rider motorcycle. So I do want to test drive it, and it's a little bit more expensive than the demo that I was wanting to purchase. So I went home and I read some reviews, and I watched, there was like a YouTube review, and it really makes me want to go back. So I was thinking about going back today, but I have my fantasy baseball draft is today, but it's at 3:00, and so I'm going to be shipping all morning. I don't know if I want to make the run over there. So we'll see, but it's going to be really nice this week. I think it's going to be in the mid 60s by like Tuesday. So maybe after work, I'll head over there, do a test drive of this particular bike, and be good to go. So yeah. And the gas keeps rising too. So my fantasy baseball draft is today, 3:00. We're in a keeper. It's a very competitive keeper league. Everybody is on the up. So it's a 12-team league, and everybody is like super competitive. Follows it. We're a keeper league, so prospects are, everybody's in on prospects. There's a lot of, we have a text string that we trash talk throughout the year, even in the off season. So it's really, really fun. And I only know of the 11 other guys, I only know 2 of them. I worked with both of them at the university. And it's actually one of the guys, Jay, he started this when he was in college in Ohio. So it seems like there's like all Indians fans in this league. But it's just because the Indians fans that are in the league are the loudest. So Jay sent me a text, and he's like, because he like did a quiz, like, who was the first overall pick in the inaugural league fantasy draft? So everybody was like, I bet it was Pujols. And it wasn't. I think Pujols went 2, he said. So we were like guessing, and I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, there's all Indians fans in here. It's got to be Grady Sizemore. And I think he went 13th, Jay said. The answer was Hanley Ramirez, went number 1. And I remember Hanley Ramirez was really good. Jose Reyes had some really good fantasy baseball seasons back in the mid 2000s. So after that, Jay's like, it may seem like there's all Indians fans in here, but here's the breakdown. So there's only, what's up, Ken? There's 3 Indians fans, 3 Cubs fans, I think 2 Cardinals fans, a Pirates fan, and I can't remember a Reds fan because Ohio. So that's at 3. My keepers, Juan Soto Francisco Lindor, and then I'm keeping 3 starting pitchers: Yu Darvish, Jack Flaherty, Georgia's guy Jack, and Zach Gallen from the Diamondbacks. I also had Strasburg, but he was injured part of the season. I don't trust it, so dumped him off. So those are my 5 keepers. I'm hoping my strategy this year is I want to. In past years, I've kind of punted a couple categories. It worked out for me 2 years ago. I was in the championship, got second, but it fell flat. That was maybe 3 years ago, fell flat. So I'm changing up my strategy a little bit in how I approach this draft. So I'm in a little better position because I have starting pitching, and I didn't punt starting pitching, but it wasn't a priority in past years. Set him like my first pick, and then I went hitter heavy. So I'm gonna adjust since I have that kind of going for me with starting pitching. I don't have to, aim for those top tier pitchers and try to pluck some in the early rounds. Enough fantasy talk. Let's talk hobby. So a ton of shipping this weekend. eBay sales, fortunately, I say fortunately and unfortunately, slowed down a little bit. It's kind of funny how it's been working. What's up, Ricardo? My eBay sales will like spike during like the week, and then I'll have a slow weekend. And then the next week, I'll have a slow week, and then the weekend, it's just absolutely insane. So it's kind of the week, and of course I had Heritage up, so I think that drew more traffic to the store. So I was selling a ton of like anything I listed Heritage sold. And I'm talking base cards, 99 cents, $1.50. All of my inserts sold. I listed all my inserts for $1.50, sold like instantly. I think I still have a couple high numbers or a couple short prints left. And some of these need to be shipped. A couple like low tier rookies that I listed for like $2. A couple of the purple refractors. I think I only have one left actually. But like everything is sold. It's crazy. Everything Heritage is sold. So I'm glad that they came when they did, because they arrived before the hobby boxes were released. I think those sales will now slow because now everybody has their hobby allocation, and so there's just more Heritage available. I did not make a run to Target or anything yesterday. I probably won't today. Maybe I will. I don't know. But the only reason I would go is if there's any scraps left over for my Thursday opening day opening palooza that I'm going to have. Herman says, hope they're still selling when I get mine. We'll need to sell all the inserts so I can pick up my short print for this set. Yeah. So, I did. So hobby wise yesterday, I basically I've been shipping. I haven't, early in the week, I did a bunch of file exchange. I think I listed 200 cards on file exchange like Monday and Tuesday. And I adjusted that strategy where the last couple times I just listed or I entered everything, but I didn't upload it. I did like one massive upload. One was 500 and some, and then the second one was like 900. So I adjusted that and I just listed, I think Monday was 100, and then I think 75, 80 on Tuesday. Then all of a sudden I'm getting behind on shipping, so I haven't listed anything using file exchange. I have listed some just random, some random cards that I was pulling out of the dollar boxes and quarter boxes. So I was getting those listed. I did, my Cubs mail is still piling up. Zach sent me a package. Some 87 Topps football. So I'm going to be getting those packaged up for my buddy Brandon for the next time I go back to my hometown. So if anybody does have like 87 Topps, just commons, 87 Topps football. My buddy Brandon that was his, for me, it was 89 Topps baseball. For him, that was like our first set that drew us in. For him, it was 87 Topps football. So when I went home, a few weeks ago, usually I just give him like a stack of Barry Sanders and Larry Johnson cards. I'm like, is there anything else you want? So he's like, I've been thinking about 87 Topps football. So I've been trying to find some of those. And for some reason, that's like one football set from the 80s that I don't like have, quantity of. I have some singles here and there. I actually found a Marcus Allen going through some cards last week, but I just don't have too many football. So if anybody does have 87 Topps football, just a random, do a quick little trade for those. What else did I have? That's about it. I didn't really, outside of shipping yesterday, I didn't really get there was a good Sport Lots conversation on Twitter yesterday. I think Anthony Corona brought up some questions regarding Sport Lots. So, and I understand Sport Lots it's an older website. It's very antiquated. And I've been off and on Sport Lots since probably 2006, 2007, somewhere in there. So it's kind of difficult to navigate. So one of the main questions was, how do you search somebody's store? Like if you're interested in a card. Now, the most obvious way to search is if like their store name, and you can put it in the address bar. But the easiest, so say you're searching, Ryan Sandberg was one of my last searches. So say I'm in the market for some Ryan Sandberg cards. Okay, why is this not working? Bear with me here. So type in the search bar on the homepage, type in whatever you're looking for. So I just typed in Ryan Sandberg. So I'm going to look for an 84 Topps base card of Ryan Sandberg. And then on the left-hand side, there's the plus box, and that'll bring up like all of the different cards. So I want to find somebody who's selling it for 18 cents because there's a lot of them that are marked up to $1, $2. So, and usually those dealers that are at the top, those are like the higher volume sellers. They get moved up to the top. But all of the higher up dealers have expensive price, like $2. I'm not going to pay $2 for an 84 Topps Ryan Sandberg, but user ESUPXH36 has one for 18 cents. Now, his shipping, first we're going to check his shipping. So if you want to check shipping, click on on his name. And so he doesn't offer PWE shipping. So even though the Sandberg is 18 cents, I've got to pay $3.50 to get that card shipped. And he doesn't do, and he charges for box shipping also, $2.50. So it's like, do I really want to buy from him? Let's see what else he has in his store. So to do that, click on details. And if you click the details button next to the card you want, that'll bring up like everything you want to know. So it'll show, when you click on that details screen, it'll bring up like the details for that particular card. But on the right-hand side, it shows his seller information. So he's got 100% feedback score. 358 is his feedback. He ships in like 0.29 days. So he's going to ship it like same day. He's got 23,000 cards in his store. So that's a decent amount. So below that, you can ask the seller a question. You can search a set by seller. So if you're a set builder, that's handy. You can search a player by seller, which is handy if I'm looking for only Sandberg cards. And then you can also search the seller's inventory for everything else. So say I'm a Sandberg collector. Maybe Herman wants Freddie Freeman. We're going to search player by seller. So he has 4 Sandberg cards in his store. They're all 18 cents. So remember, he's got $3.50 shipping or $2.50 to the box. So it's going to cost me what, $36.72 plus $3.50 shipped direct, or it's going to cost a little over $3 to ship it to the box. But then I have to pay from the box to me. So only 4. So it's like, I don't know. Let's see what else he has. Now, the annoying thing is, this is where it gets annoying with Sport Lots, is you can't really drill down after you get to search his inventory. So it shows he's got 11,000 baseball cards in his inventory, and it looks like it goes in order by year. So he's got some like older 71 tops. So then you can search. So you can't like drill it down to like team. You can search by player within this search, but otherwise you just have to like look at everything he has. So it's not the best, but you are able to drill down a little bit more by using those links. It's like your internet service. It is. Sport Lots is a lot like maybe it's a Wisconsin thing. Sport Lots is based in Green Bay. So maybe maybe it's our Wisconsin internet, and that's why Sport Lots hasn't graduated to the 21st century. Ken says, if people don't want to use Sport Lots because of the interface, then that just means better deals for me. Absolutely. And yeah, it just like with anything, it's going to take a little bit. If you want to find deals, you're going to have to work for it. They're not going to fall in your lap. So, if this guy ever sees this video and sees he's getting called out for horrible shipping fees, yeah, they're not horrible shipping fees. He should offer PWE shipping. He should offer budget shipping. Zach says, the hobby me was feeling pretty good about myself after reading that thread. I'm fairly knowledgeable with Sport Lots, and you can find some great deals once you know how to sort shipments and seller. Yeah, it's clunky, but once you like get your feet wet, it can definitely work to your advantage. You know, obviously Ken knows his way around Sport Lots. Dan Serbia gets some good deals on there. I know Zach orders a bunch from Sport Lots, and it's a great. I am pro Sport Lots. I haven't sold anything on Sport Lots since 2017. I probably haven't bought, I think in 2018, maybe. It's been almost 3 years since I've bought anything from Sport Lots, but I will tell you, it's an awesome platform. Just because I personally don't actively use it, doesn't mean I wouldn't advocate for it. I think Sport Lots is awesome, and it's got its niche in the hobby. I don't grade cards, but for people that do, I think it's great. I think there's a place for grading, even though I don't use grading. Now, be careful which company you use for different reasons, and do your homework. And I think Sport Lots is great. For buying, yes. Selling, heck no. So Herman, I would agree and disagree with that. For buying, absolutely. For selling, maybe. For lower volume sellers, Sport Lots is not good. If you're only going to have a couple thousand cards on Sport Lots, it's not worth the time, or it's not worth the time, and you're going to be hit with those fees, because the fee structure is to get you to list more quantity on there. So if you have, and I did really well, usually my store had between 50,000 and 200,000 cards at a given time. And a lot of those were like, and I wasted time listing early 80s. And I thought, I'm going to move 83 Donruss, 82 tops. And I didn't. I spent hours and hours sorting 81 tops, 82 tops, 83 tops, Donruss Fleer. And I sold a smattering of those cards. And it was a giant waste of time. So yes, I had over 100,000 cards in my Sport Lots inventory, but 50,000 were cards that were just stagnant because there's 1,000 1982 tops Lee May on Sport Lots. So what I did find, and what was really key to my Sport Lots selling, was in 2016 and 2017, I was ripping and flipping cases. And I had a case of, say, for example, Topps Heritage. I had a case of Topps Heritage coming, and I knew that there was going to be between, and this was when collation was not an issue. because now we're seeing collation issues. I wouldn't be comfortable doing this now, but in 2016, 2017, I knew that a case was going to yield, between 8 and 10 of each card in the base set. So I could list, I'm going to be comfortable and be safe. I'm going to list 6 as soon as the checklist is released on Sport Lots. So I'm going to get my case on Friday, but Sport Lots puts that checklist up on Wednesday. So I can capture those early buyers, and it worked really well for me in that process. So I'd rip and flip, and then I would use Sport Lots in combination with eBay. So all of my base cards and inserts went on Sport Lots, and you can get a premium for those inserts. And then the hits and the variations and parallels would go on eBay, and it worked really well. My base and inserts, on average, I was making back, say on a case price, I was making back about 35% of my case cost just selling base commons and inserts. And that's not like the variations, the hits, all of that went to eBay. So I was doing really well on Sport Lots. But again, you have to be first on the market, and you have to have volume. And then that just kind of builds. Volume is key. Somebody asked me, I shared a picture of all the shipments from eBay, and somebody asked me, what's the key? And pricing and volume. If you have 100 cards on eBay, you're not going to get as many eyeballs, because maybe somebody's coming in to search for a 1996 Upper Deck Mark McGuire, and they see, oh wow, he has 4,000 listings. I wonder if he has any more Mark McGuire. Oh wow, there's 12 Mark McGuires. I'm going to buy these 8. And so obviously the more quantity you have, the more diversity you have within your store, it's going to bring more people in. So that's, volume is always key. The more cards you have listed, the better, but you also have to price it right. This 1996 Mark McGuire is in my store for 99 cents. If you price it at $3.50, it's not going to sell. It'll probably, I've sold this one, I don't think has sold, but others like it have, for 99 cents. And the goal is to have somebody, the goal isn't to sell this for 99 cents, because my profit margin on a single 99-cent card is about a dime. So no, I'm not moving all these cards for a dime a piece. The goal is to lure in a buyer with this 96 McGuire and have him buy 8 other McGuires. And so that net margin now increases, and it's not a dime, it's 50 cents per card. So that's the key there. Let's see. So Ryan says, yeah, they have made, Sport Lots has made some great improvements with the Canadian buyers. The box shipping shipping for me as a seller really turned me off, because towards the end of my selling on Sport Lots, I wasn't doing the ripping and flipping. So that's kind of what turned me off. And I think it was 18 when I stopped selling, because I was doing the Cubs project at the same time. And so a lot of my inventory still had Cubs cards, and it's like, shoot, this person bought a Cubs card. So I was actually selling Cubs cards kind of unknowingly through Sport Lots, just because I didn't update the inventory, and it was a pain. Like, I wasn't going to spend a day just to pull out 75 Cubs cards. So if I sold them, I sold them. But I wasn't ripping and flipping, so I wasn't getting that first on the market volume new product sales. So the box shipping was losing me a lot of money, because I would try to ship it within a week, and it may only be a couple orders, and they might have been 18-cent orders. So there was a lot of different reasons I quit Sport Lots, selling on Sport Lots. So I don't know if Zach, I'm just reading Zach's question on PWE shipping to Canada. I don't know if it's been answered in the chat, but there's a global forever stamp. So you can ship, and somebody asked me yesterday, I think it was Brian, Offbeat All Stars. So a PWE to Canada is $1.20, and that's with a global forever stamp. So you can't use US postage. You have to use the actual international stamp that you can get at the post office. I'm sure Pirate Ship, PayPal Ship. I'm pretty sure you can get that type of postage on those sites. I'm not sure, but I would imagine you can. Otherwise, you can walk into the post office and you can order, or you can buy them right at the counter. But you can PWE Global Forever. It's $1.20. Okay, what else? Sorry, I'm just checking up on. There's Brian. There's Brian. What's up, Brian? Jenny, good morning. Let's see. I don't have to ship to the UK anymore. They have a contact stateside. Awesome. So sweet. So, Brian, what did I do? Okay, so I need to get a different stamp. Dang. Yeah. So yeah, if you ship to Canada or anywhere, UK, anywhere like that, you will need to get a global forever stamp, $1.20, and you can get those at the counter. So I don't think I have anything else. Any other? What's going on with you guys? Anything new in the collecting world? I think I might just have to. I'm at a loss for words. But I'm curious what Brian did that almost got him a block on Twitter. So coming up tomorrow night, Herman. Tomorrow night, Herman will be on. Ken, I don't know if you're going to be on tomorrow night, but on 3B Collections YouTube channel, 7 p.m. Central, they'll be going live. Opening day is Thursday. I've been talking about it. I'm excited. I took the whole day off. So I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to open up. So I'm excited to have a big opening day on opening day. The Cubs play at 1:20, so I'm excited that they're one of the early games. So have fun with that. Lots have been selling good on eBay for me this week. Very cool. So that's all I had for today. Appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the day, and we'll be back tomorrow.